Hey everybody, it's me again, Kim and Gypsy, here from Island Pond, Vermont. It's March 11th, Thursday evening, and what better do we have to do than to make you aware of how people get treated? And we're gonna do one tonight on legal aid. I've had a problem with legal aid, excuse me, since I took my cases to them. One being a state case, economical services. They tried to find me being fraudulent. I had that hearing a few days ago on March 9th, and that's posted on here underneath economical services hearing. Anyways, the legal aid system in the state of Vermont was representing me. Okay. The lady's name was Attorney Jessica Radford for Economical Services, and she failed me. So I told Jessica on March 28th of 2019, do not contact me again. I do not want you on my case, as you are inexperienced, as well as I pointed out to you many times discrepancies, and you still tried to get me to agree. You also said you get my mail back. I have stacks of mail with some bearing your name and DCF. I also requested all information sent to me. You failed to send all. You omitted the part where DCF says they went to my address at 1066 Railroad Street and spoke to Dylan Selfworth. Coincidentally, after I pointed that error out. You also asked me if I ever thought of just leaving my roots to get away from it. Where's that part of the conversation? Again, I have basis to file against you, and you denied me the request of file when you only sent half of what you read, and we discussed again. I requested in full my file to be received and all log of our conversation immediately. Kimberly Crossan. Now, I never received anything from her. Not her assistance appropriately, nothing. I ended up filing misconduct against her. Michael Kennedy, who is the overseer of the board of whatever, judicial attorneys, whatever, he's continuously, since 2007, denied every request to look into the attorneys that were involved in the Chins case. He's denied to look into TJ Donovan. He's denied to look into legal aid when I requested him to look into this woman. He never did. She never signed off until she was made to sign off by her boss or her supervisor from legal aid in Montpelier, Vermont, named Sandy. Okay, she did not sign off. Now, mind you, this is March 29th of 2019. Excuse me, 28th of 2019. She received that email. She should have signed off per my request, withdrawn. She did not do so. She did not do so until the end of December 2020, over a year and a half after being requested to do so. That happens to be the part of the case where economical services put me down as being fraud, claiming that I didn't live here for a couple of months, put me down for fraud for like $300 and something. I am a natural born resident of the state of Vermont, and I will continue to be no matter how much they try. They cannot remove the fact that I was born here in St. Johnsbury, Vermont, my family being from Barnett, Vermont, my other side of the family, my maternal family. Yes, my mother, my grandmother were born here in America. However, my grandmother's parents came from England. My mother's father is Indian. I was blessed. I am very blessed. I have great traits. And anybody that knows me knows that I am a very decent person. So with that being said, the other part of legal aid, that did me wrong was the attorney named Kelly Kazmarki. Kelly Kazmarki, I told her as well, around the same date, sign off, you're no good. I was very explicit about it as well, and I'm not even going to try to deny or lie, because that's the way it is. When you tell me that you don't know what to do with a case and you send it off to reference it to another attorney and he tells you that, yeah, there's a situation here, but neither one of you do anything about it. I even brought it to your attention and gave you the copies, and I've got those copies back of all the mail that was sent to Social Security by you, but I've also got the mail that Social Security was sending elsewhere, naming somebody as being my custodial parent. When did care of mail become custodial parent of? The fuck is wrong with you people? I forget. My bad. You work for the state or the government, which I believe are all devil-related disciples. Okay? So, with that being said, Kelly Kazmarki, she's a state flip-flopped attorney as far as I can tell. Okay? Uh, she doesn't know what she's doing as far as I am concerned. So anybody in the Vermont that's utilizing legal aid, if you have any questions about your attorney not doing what you want him to do, you have the right to grieve about that. You have the right to tell them to get the fuck off your case. Blatantly. Don't use my words. I do use my words, but I'm not suggesting that you use them, okay? Because people are intimidated by me, and I mean, I just put the facts out there. I see it, I say it. That's the way it is. And that's my language that I grew up with, and I have every right to use it. So, with that being said, it's breach of contract, negligence, malpractice. Contacted the American Bar Association, the Common and Problems Ineffective Counsel. You know, violation due process 242/1983, abuse of power, autonomy, misconduct, all the injuries that I have accrued, which is the hardships and everything, many of them. Those of you that know me know what I'm talking about. So yeah, Kelly Kazmarki. So she was a Social Security attorney, and the other attorney being for Human Services, food stamp, and neither one of them signed off when they were told to. Neither one of them signed off until the end of December 2020. Okay, just a few months ago. And so with that being said, they were all in misconduct as far as I can see. So I have filed against them. I have filed against legal aid, and I have filed against the two attorneys themselves for the personal injury lawsuits. Because why? Because they work for the state. And legal aid actually is overseen by T.J. Donovan, our state attorney general. So there again is why I say it's conspiracy. I have all reason to believe, it's my opinion, and no reason to doubt that there has been a conspired organized crime against me since 2007. And they systematically, seems to be that they want to continue to systematically close me out of everything, thinking that perhaps they can get me to leave state. I leave state when I want to leave state because that's my natural born right to do so. Everybody has the right to be wherever they want to, whenever they want to be. Even including during this mandated mask bullshit. You don't need to be dealing with it. And yes, I'm very vocal tonight because I'm very pissed off about the fact that, again, I filed injunction. I have talked with the police. I have told them do not. I have got signs on my door, do not disturb. I have a pacemaker. I have audio on. I have a dog that is a federal service dog that is being violated. Therefore, I filed more charges again against the Essex County Sheriff's Department. I made them aware. Sheriff Trevor Colby tells me, oh, well, call the police department, not just the police department, but also the court. He emailed that to me, told me to contact the courts so that they wouldn't have to keep knocking on my door. I emailed him back and told him that I would contact the courts, and I did contact the courts. And I told them to send me whatever they think they have for paperwork certified. And for the fact that I made them all aware that I have filed lawsuits against them in federal court and injunctions against them for harassment and police misconduct, tampering with evidence and witness, as well as the other retaliations. I've filed lawsuits against it all. And I included TJ Donovan, our Attorney General, as well as our Governor, and everybody involved, including all the representatives that go straight up to Congress. Why? Because they are all seemingly in organized conspiracy to commit a crime against me. For whatever reason, but it's all the same role players, time and time again. And I am asking you, from anywhere around Island Pond, or I don't care if you're even across the country, if you got issues with the government or the state, if they've done this similar thing to you, what they're doing to me and I'm telling you about, please come forward, say something. I will help you. I will share with you the knowledge that I have, because I have intelligence. I have inherited intelligence, naturally inherited intelligence from my grandma, which be from the maternal side of the family. And I take pride in what I know. I also take pride in what I've learned on my own, because the government tried to dumb me down to the point where I wouldn't be eligible to go to law school like the rest of my family, because they've tried. What? I believe they've tried to alter our DNA and to destroy it. So therefore, who do you turn to? They tell you all the time when you file a lawsuit, oh, you qualify, you qualify. Well, really, who are you qualifying for? To tell the fucking enemy ahead of time what you're fighting their friend about? Don't utilize the state or the government funded anything, because they're not your friends. They're not out here to help you. They are out here to hurt and destroy you. That is how I see it. That's what I've experienced, and that's what I'm going to share with you. You can either believe me or you can forget about me. But I'm going to tell you right now, when it happens to you, don't come looking for me, because I'm already telling you. What's happening is a fact. It's not all opinion. I have proof of what's been going on, and that's why I share it with you, so that you all would know. I am tired of whoever's out here watching this that's from this area continuously thinking that I am just this crazy lady that's out of control. I'm not that at all. I'm somebody that has been hurt. I am somebody that's been violated. I'm somebody that's continuously being violated. For some reason, Social Security has me listed as being, that pisses me off, number 0217666. Look that up. Google it. What it means is multi-level society living. Multi-level society living means that I am supposed to be by myself, and everybody around me is supposed to be just watching me suffer and tear me down. And that I have been telling people for a long time, ever since I picked this number out, because I've always had one number on my Social Security client ID number. Okay, if you're on Social Security, look at your number. If you get whatever, if you get Social Security, your client ID number. Anyways, I had the same one all these years. Then I got this paperwork during all this time that all this bullshit craziness is going on with me, and I look at it and it says client ID 0217666. I shared it with everybody. I shared it with the state attorneys. I shared it with all kinds of people, mandated reporters, agencies, friends, people. Okay? Y'all think I'm fucking crazy. The number 0217666 defines multi-level society living. What that means is fitting and feuding. Therefore, I am supposed to be left alone to die, basically. Basic terminology. You're not supposed to help me. And for those of you that know and are living right in this area, those of you that grew up knowing me, and you know what I'm going through, piss on you too. Because if there's a fire, I will not be the one to help you. Not when you've seen me going through all these struggles. And it's people out on the streets, my friends out on the streets that have helped me. Not my family, and not the ones that are right here around me. But at the same time, here I am still giving you education. As much as I'd love to turn my back, I don't have it in me. Why? Because I'm doing my missionary. I'm here for a purpose, just as you are. My purpose, obviously, is justice and helping others no matter how bad you hurt me. But I can promise you, I'm not out here to hurt you. I'm not out here to destroy you like you've seen me be destroyed or tried to be destroyed, or even perhaps you participated in trying to destroy me. But the truth always prevails, folks. And here I am, right back in your face if you're here in Island Pod, Northeast Kingdom, Vermont, or the New England states. Here I am. As often as you try to get rid of me, you're going to have to learn to get along with me. Because I have rights, and I'm going to utilize them. And you've got rights too. And if you need help recognizing them, contact me. Anyways, that is what I have to say about legal aid and the attorneys that work for them, and the 2 attorneys that I have filed against in federal court. And then again, like I said, all attorneys, if they say they're court appointed, they're all a conflict of interest if they're from the state of Vermont. And then even if they're not from the state of Vermont, you want to make sure they're not from New York. You want to make sure that you check into all your attorneys. Make sure that none of your attorneys know each other, have worked together, had dinner together, have slept together, went to school together. Same thing with the judges. Make sure the judges don't know the attorneys. Make sure the attorneys don't know the judges, the families, nothing about them. Because if they do, they're a conflict of interest. And that is why it's going to be so hard for them to find me representation, which I have the right to. So somebody's got to help me somewhere. And that is why my cases have been change of venue, conflict of interest, request to go to Supreme Court in, where? Washington, D.C. Why? Because I'm tired of being fucked with. And because I'll never get justice or a fair hearing in the state of Vermont with the surrounding states in representation. Why? Because they're all related. They all know each other, or they all went to school together. They've all ate together, and they've all either slept together. Somehow they know each other, okay? They're all a conflict of interest to me, and they're all a conflict of interest to you too. So therefore, at some point, I'm going to teach you what the meaning of right of revolution is if you don't already know that abolish the government is our Bill of Rights, number 26. That means when the government does us wrong, we're supposed to stand up for our rights, our constitutional rights, and we are supposed to hold the government and state accountable. Overthrow the government. When they do you wrong, you get rid of them. Isn't that what they tell you about your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever? If they're doing you wrong, get away from them. If you're there, if it's a friend and they're doing you wrong, what did they tell you to do? Get rid of them. No good. Bye-bye. Right? So what are you doing? Allowing the state and government officials to hurt you or destroy you. Or sit back and watch them doing it to your family. Don't be dumbed down by the government, folks. Do not allow them to override you and make you think that you have to bow to them. Because they are to work for us. If you don't know that, learn your constitutional rights. contact me. I will teach you. Thank you. Have a wonderful night.